They say that in every great love story, there's a villain. But what happens when the villain isn't another person, but an idea, an obsession? What happens when the person you love starts to disappear, replaced by a ghost that lives on your radio, your TV, and in her heart, leaving no room left for you? Welcome to Reddit Overheard Stories. The story you're about to hear is a first-hand account of how a simple passion can spiral into something that threatens to destroy everything. I'm sharing it with you exactly as the author wrote it, a man who found himself fighting a battle he never could have imagined. It all started so perfectly. When I first met Clara, it felt like the world had finally clicked into place. She was funny, intelligent, and had this light in her eyes that could make a bad day vanish. Our first few months were a blur of late-night talks, shared playlists of obscure indie bands, and the kind of laughter that makes your stomach hurt. She was, without a doubt, my favorite person. Music was our language. We built our relationship on a foundation of shared melodies and harmonies that were uniquely ours. IT wasn't until we were deep into our story that she mentioned it, almost as an afterthought. "Oh, by the way," she said one evening, "I absolutely love Taylor Swift." By that point, I was completely smitten. What was a little difference in music taste? I smiled and told her I wasn't really a fan, that I found the whole superstar thing a bit annoying, but I figured it was just a quirk, a minor detail in the masterpiece that was our relationship. I had no idea that this minor detail would soon become the entire painting. T first, it was her mission to convert me. She'd play Taylor songs in the car, explaining the intricate lore behind each lyric, her eyes shining with passion. I loved seeing her so excited. And her voice, she has a beautiful singing voice. I used to adore it when she'd hum a tune while cooking breakfast. But slowly, the soundtrack of our life began to change. The indie bands were replaced. The shared melodies faded. Soon, every song she sang, every tune she hummed, was a Taylor song. The car rides became lectures. The quiet evenings became unsolicited concerts that I tried to be supportive. I really did. I'd listen, nod along, and sit through the songs without complaint. But a knot of resentment began to form in my gut. It felt like her obsession was an intruder in our home, a third person in our bed. It felt like our story was being erased and rewritten with lyrics that weren't ours. I was reaching my limit. When a new album came out, I saw a flicker of hope. Maybe this is it, I thought. Maybe this is the one I'll like. In a desperate attempt to reconnect, I offered to listen to it with her. We sat on the couch, the same couch where we'd had our first serious conversation, and I tried. I genuinely tried to find something to hold on to. Out of the entire album, I found two songs I could tolerate. For a moment, it felt like a victory, but that victory was short-lived. She played those two songs on repeat, singing them with such relentless frequency that my mild tolerance curdled into pure hatred. The breaking point, the moment I realized this was more than just music, came a few days ago. I was scrolling through Twitter and saw a post from a Swiftie viciously attacking another artist I admire, Billie Eilish. I casually mentioned to Clara, "Wow, that seems pretty hypocritical, don't you think?" The change in her was instant. Her relaxed posture stiffened. The warmth in her eyes turned to ice. She launched into a defense so fierce, so convoluted, it was like I was arguing with a lawyer defending a high-profile client, not my girlfriend. The logic was baffling. Something about Billie's brother supposedly disliking the album, which somehow made Billie herself the enemy, that I looked at her. And for the first time, I felt like I was looking at a stranger. Her loyalty wasn't with me, her partner, in a calm discussion. It was with a celebrity she had never met. I saw the abyss that had opened between us. "I don't want to fight," I said, my voice barely a whisper. She agreed, and we dropped it. But the silence that followed was deafening. It was filled with the unspoken truth that our relationship was in serious trouble. I know our connection is amazing otherwise. She is still, somewhere under all those layers of fandom, my favorite person. But the Taylor thing, it's just too much. It feels like a constant buzzing noise that I can't escape. I feel guilty and ashamed for being so annoyed by something that brings her so much joy. But I can't shake the feeling that I'm losing her. I'm losing us, and that's where the story stands. It leaves you with a heavy question. How do you tell the person you love that their passion is suffocating you without making them feel like you're attacking the very core of who they are? Is it just a simple case of being tired of Taylor Swift? Or is it a sign of a much deeper problem that might be impossible to fix? Let me know what you would do in the comments below.